Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In the previous video, which is part 1 of modeling a grass, we modeled these two objects, the grass and the flower. Now it's time to add them on a plane and scatter them. So first, let's move these two objects aside. Then press Shift A, go to mesh, then add a plane. Then scale it up a little bit. Now switch to edit mode. Then make a right click and subdivide it. And change the number of cuts to 30 or 50 if your PC can handle that much. Then go to the object data property in here. Then click the plus icon in the vertex group to create a new group. Then rename the group to grass. Then click assign. Now switch to object mode. Then select the grass strands right here. Then make a right click and choose move to collection. Then select new collection. Now rename the new collection name to grass. Then select OK. Okay, so the grass is now added to a grass named collection. So select the plane, then go to the particles property tab in here. Then select the plus icon to create a new particle setting. Then rename the new particle setting to grass. Also give it a name grass in here too. Then change it from emitter to here. And check the advanced box. Now go to the render tab in here. Then change it from path to collection. Then in here in the instance collection, select the grass collection. So as you can see it, the grass are now emitted on the plane. So now let's change the rotation. All the grass are laying down on the plane. So we have to make them stand like this. So go to the collection in here, then check the object rotation box in here. Now select the grass in here, the emitter object, press R, then Y. Let me try it on the Y axis, then try to rotate it. Okay, so it's rotating perfectly on the Y axis. Then press R, then Y, then enter 90 to rotate it 90 degrees on the Y axis. Okay, now the grass are standing correctly. Okay, now select the plane, then in the particles property you can increase the number from 1000 to 1500, or you can increase it later. And also go to the bottom in here, and on the children property in here, change it from none to simple or interpolated. Choose the best that works for you. So I will go with the interpolated in here. And also change the render. The render amount is set to 100. So I don't want to be that much, so I will decrease it to something 50. Okay, that will be perfect. Okay, and also on the top right here, go to the physics property in here, and in here just increase the Brownian value a little bit to give it a random shape, to have a random shape and rotation. Okay, I will leave it with 0.05, and also check the rotation box in here, then increase the randomized value something like to fullest. Increase the value of the randomized to the fullest. Okay, now we finished all the settings on the particles property for the grass. Okay, now select the plane, then switch to weight paint mode to scatter it around. But before that, we forget to set the vertex. So on the bottom, on the particle settings, go to the vertex group right here. Then on the density, choose the grass, and also to the length, set it to the grass vertex group. Okay, now we can scatter it around. If you don't set to the vertex groups, to the density and the length, the scattering will not work. so you should set the density and the length to the vertex group that you want to scatter. Okay, now also make sure the weight brush is set to subtract. When you change it to wet paint, it's default set to draw, so you should change it to subtract right here. Okay, now let's hide the grass particles setting to see the plane. As you see it's fully filled with red, so this means the grass will be filled all around the plane area. So that's why we use a subtract. We will subtract the weight, so it will remove the grass in the area we subtracted the weight. So now let's unhide the particle setting, then let's draw around. As you see it, you can see the change at a real time. So this is the perfect scattering technique in Blender without using any add-on. So subtract the weights that you don't want the grass to be. And also you can reverse it, the change of the weight. Go to the bottom in the vertex group, then turn on these icons, select these icons, so it will reverse it. As you can see it, now the grass is added to the areas that we removed the weights. So you can just draw on the plane and add the grass on the areas that you want. So this is another useful thing on this scattering technique, and this also will be very helpful. Okay, now let's go back and remove some grasses. Okay, I will leave it here for now. So let's go back to object mode and see the effect. So as you can see it, the grass is now removed on the areas that we remove the weight. So this is how you scatter in Blender without using any add-on. Now also let me show you how to add another object in this scattered plane. So now let's put around the flower on the grasses. So let's do the same thing for the flower too. So select the plane, switch to edit mode. Then with all vertex selected, go to the object data property in here, then create a new group. Then rename this one to flower. Then click assign. Now switch back to object mode. Then go to the particles property in here. Then let's create a new particle property for the flower. So select the plus icon to create the new particle setting. Then click this icon in here to create all the settings as new. Now let's rename it to flower as well for this one. Then change it to hair and check the advanced box. Okay, now go to the render right here, then change it from path to collection. Then select the flower, make right click, then move it to collection, then new collection, then give it a name, flower. Then select OK. Okay, now select the plane back again, then go to the bottom to the render, then in the instance collection select the flower collection, so the flowers will be emitted on the plane. Okay, now change the numbers something to 200. I don't want them to be as much as the grass, so I will make it to 200. And also check the rotation and make the value of the randomize to the fullest. Okay, I think that will be good for now. And also in the physics tab, make the Romanian something to 0.5 0.03. I will leave it there, and also randomize the scale. So in the render tab, increase the scale randomness a little bit. And I think we forget for the grass too, so let's select the grass particle sitting in here, then increase the scale randomness a little bit. Okay, that will be good. Okay, now select box the flower particle setting, then select the flower and try to rotate it to fix the rotation of these flowers on the plane. So let's try it on the y-axis for this one too. So press R, then Y, then try to rotate it on the y-axis. The rotation is not working, it's because we didn't check the rotation box. So select the plane back again and make sure we are on the flower property tab, particle settings, then go to the bottom to the render in here, then check the object rotation box right here. Now select the flower, then try to rotate it again on the y-axis, so it should work. So I think on the y-axis is working properly, so press R, then Y, then enter 90, then right click to confirm. Okay, the flower's rotation is now working properly. The flower's rotations are now properly aligned. Now I think the flower is getting to the bottom too much. The flower leaves are attached to the ground, so I don't want to be like that. So select back the plane again, then go to the render tab in here, then check global coordinates. So it will move the flowers the same position as the emitting flower. So now select the emitting flower, then press G, then X, then move it to here and move it around until the flowers are perfectly aligned on the plane. So I'll move it on the Z axis again, something like this, and also on the X axis a little bit. Okay, I think that's perfect for me. Don't worry about the emitting object, we will hide it on the last, so don't worry about it for now. Now select the plane, then switch to weight paint to scatter the flowers. So don't draw on it now because we didn't select only the flower. If you draw now, it will affect only the weight, but it will affect the grass, it will not affect the flower. So first you have to go right here, then select this icon on a plane, then you have a vertex groups right here, then select it, then choose the flower, and also make sure the particle setting is also selected only the flower. Okay, now you can draw on the plane, so make sure it's on the subtract brush, and also make sure you select the density and the length, the flower vertex group. So on the density select the flower vertex group and also the same for the length, otherwise the scattering will not work. And also make sure you selected the flower vertex group again. Now we can draw around on the plane. Okay, now let's switch back to object mode and see our result. Okay, I think that's very good for me now. Now let's give them a color or a texture. So let's change this to viewport shading to see the colors, then select the grass, then in the material property click new, then change the base color, give it some grass look like color and a little bit darker, And also for the flower, select the flower, new, then change the base color something to yellow like this. And also select the plane and go to shading right here, click new, then I will give it just an image texture for now. Let me change it to viewport shading to see texture. So I will adjust it, the color. Okay, I think now it's perfect. Okay, now let's change it to viewport shading, to the last one, to the rendered shading. Then press Shift A, then add a light. I will add a area light. Press G and Z right here. Press 7 to go for the top view and increase the size until it fits the plane. Then increase the power something to 500. Let me see it on the bottom. Also increase the size a little bit, and also change the color something to yellowish a little bit, something like that. And I think the flowers are too large, their head, so press G then Z, then move the emitter a little bit down so it will move all the flowers together. Okay, I think that's perfect for me now. You can add or scatter more later. So this is how you scatter in Blender. And also finally, let me show you how to hide these things, these emitter objects. So select the plane, then go to the particles property tab in here and select one of the particles property. So let's start from the grass, then go to the bottom to the render tab in here, then uncheck the object scale. And also now do the same for the flower particle system. Select it, then go to render and uncheck the object scale. Now let's select the flower, then press S, then scale it down until it disappears. Again press S, then scale it down again. Okay, now you can't see any object in here. Now let's do the same for the grass. Select the grass, then press S, then scale it down. Again press S and scale it down. Okay, now that's it all around. The emitters are now all hidden, so you can render it without any problem. So this is how you scatter things on Blender, and also how you make a simple ground with field of grass and flowers. So I think this tutorial is helpful. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more tutorials like this. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.